So I hope nobody panicked yesterday. I know that some people did because we had our highest day since February 19th, which is something worth noting. But what I do have to say is SHIB has had a great bounce back. We're in some perfect price levels for a potential rebound here. And in fact, what we're seeing from Ethereum is something that has historically led to significant rallies. And that's exactly what we need for Shiba Inu to start seeing some more green. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So for those that missed what was going on yesterday, it was panic throughout the market, panic because of what was going on in overseas stock markets, panic for what things could potentially look like yesterday in the US stock market. And then it wasn't. Like we talked about, right? We said it may not be that bad. It may not be as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. And it wasn't that big of a deal. And so what we saw from the crypto market was a nice rally. We saw Shiba Inu actually close a green candle day yesterday, and understand how much volatility there was in yesterday's candle for Shiba Inu. We're talking about almost 15% variance in terms of price. And now Shiba Inu sits towards the top end of that. And we did obviously have some overnight volatility. There's some movements that are going on in the crypto market. There's some short-term profit takers, and understand that we will probably still have volatility ahead, like I talked about in my earlier ADA video. What I thought was very telling on here, and this is this is exactly why you don't panic when there's fear in the market. You have to think, you have to make rational decisions, because if you sold all the way down here at these low prices, you're screwed yourself out of 10% of your bag. All right. Now, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. This isn't financial advice. You can do whatever you want. But what we actually saw yesterday in terms of SHIB was the I don't want to even say the largest capitulation day. The tokens that were sold yesterday had the largest average hold time that we have seen since February 19th. The only times that we have seen days this big in terms of capitulation of length of holding was February 19th, which was the Trump token day, right? Trump Melania meme token day. And then back on February 3rd, which we obviously know was the largest liquidation event in crypto history. So what we saw yesterday was panic, right? Panic trying to chase tokens back on the 19th, panic, excuse me, not knowing where the market was going to drop to back on February 3rd. So the good news is that we still have major conviction amongst holders. We returned back to prices we were at the day before. So, excuse me, what this kind of shows me is that people were acting irrational, and they may have just screwed up in a big way. Now, again, nobody knows where price is headed. Ethereum's having actually a green day, which is good, even though SHIB is down 1.75% right now. This is good for Ethereum, or I'm sorry, good for SHIB when ETH is starting to show some green. Now, what's very interesting here, and Crypto Rover posted this, Ethereum has actually dropped below its realized price. And what's great about this is that every time Ethereum has done this, it has had a significant rally back to the upside, significant rally back to the upside. This was back actually in, looks like 2019. This was back actually in 2020. And this historically leads to pumps in ERC20s. Now, again, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. We're still kind of stuck in this, extreme fear sentiment in terms of the crypto market, but we are slowly but surely escaping this. For updates that people may have missed yesterday, there are now over 70 countries coming to the negotiating table with the U.S. administration, the Trump administration, to discuss trade deals, to discuss bypassing these tariffs. That's a really big deal. So what you're seeing is worldwide cooperation. There still is now an escalating trade war that is going to be going on between China and the U.S., and maybe this does change over time. But those things are basically, the tariff news is getting quieter. All right. The US China news is probably going to get louder as time goes on. But remember what has sparked all this uncertainty in the first place. What has caused, Shiba Inu to go on this drop in terms of price? It's tariffs, right? USDT dominance. Look at how much this has dropped off again over the last 24 hours here. This was panic, and now it's starting to calm back down. I wouldn't be surprised if this does in fact try to drop below our trend here over the course of the next few days. Again, we'll see how these next days shake up. And I do want to remind everybody that in just 2 days, we do in fact have the next CPI report, which I think is going to be another potentially massive day of volatility in the crypto market. So right now, things are looking fine. I'm not going to say they're awesome. Obviously, I would love for Shiba Inu price to be kind of back up in this range. That would really cement a strong reversal for SHIB, but we'll just have to wait and see how the day shakes out. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.